They told you wanting more made you greedy. They told you having no needs made you more feminine. Those are all lies we are told to dim our light, lower our expectations, and stop dreaming our true heart's desires. If you've ever dimmed your light, shamed yourself for wanting more, or blocked that heart's desire for the bigger, amazing life, then this video is for you. I'm here to break down all of those barriers and lies that you've been told that having no desires makes you more feminine and more desirable. Because in reality, what your heart wants you back as well. You might not even know this, but being the good girl and abiding by societal norms is actually a trauma response. When you were younger, I'm sure you were told, be a good girl, listen up, be seen and not heard, be humble, be quiet, be polite, share, but don't share too much, be smart, but don't be too smart, be ambitious, but don't be too ambitious that it makes other people uncomfortable. You were told all of these lies on how you should truly live your life. And when you follow through with it as an adult, it's a trauma response. You're trying to say, if I'm less, if I ask for less, if I am less, I will be accepted, I will be included, and I will be loved. But in reality, you are a powerful divine being who is here to make waves in your own way. Not the way that society has decided for you, but what you truly want. So now what you do is you say, oh, I actually don't want that, or I'll settle for less. Man, I don't really need that. Oh, that's too big. And we put all of these limiting barriers to what our true heart's desire is. And we stop allowing ourselves to truly be free, saying, I want this, but I'm afraid that society will make me look greedy or selfish or arrogant, or fill in the blank with whatever word or whatever language you're afraid you're going to be called if you truly allow your heart's desire to take the compass, take the GPS, and guide you on the path of the most abundant life. I want you to think about a time in your childhood where you really wanted something. Maybe it was a new Barbie, maybe it was a new bike, maybe it was to hang out with friends. Just think about a time and you asked your parents, you asked your caregiver, can I have this? And I can guarantee you had a memory where your family said, you're too much. You ask for too much, you have expensive taste, you're always wanting something, you're never satisfied, you're never happy with what you want, what you have, you always want more and more and more. So we began this belief, oh, what my desires are selfish, they're greedy, they're self-absorbed, they don't help the greater good. And we start to believe that the desires we had as a kid, if it's not safe to have those fulfilled, then it's definitely not safe to have them fulfilled as adults. So right now we are going through an unlearning and relearning process. We have to unlearn all of those stories we were told about luxury, wealth, and abundance. You see, we were told this story that keeps us in the broke, scarcity mentality. And the story is money makes you greedy, money makes you evil, wanting more is sinful. And we are told that if we truly want to live this abundant life, we have to put everybody else's needs before us. And as you see, all of these building blocks are the perfect recipe for the perfectionist, people pleaser, high achiever who's on a one-way ticket to burnout. And I know that you've experienced burnout. You've said, I can no longer sustain this level of expectation. I can no longer maintain this and continue moving forward at the same level. So then what happens is you hit that next level of success, but it still doesn't feel like enough. So then you keep climbing, you keep working, you keep grinding. And I bet you've had that breaking point where you're like, when am I going to allow myself to rest without fear? When am I going to allow myself to just be without all of these justifications? Oh, I work really hard, I do this, I do that. And you notice with rest and luxury, we tend to make the same excuses. Oh, well, I worked really hard so I can treat myself. I hustled and grind so I can go on this luxury vacation. Oh, I hit this milestone so I can buy this purse. You notice how we link rest with the same way we justify luxury and abundance. Oh, I've worked really hard, so now I can finally rest this weekend. Oh, I hit that milestone, so now I can finally take a break. And you see what happens is we are pulling away from our true feminine energy, because we as women, it's in every scientific research, women need more rest. We need more rest. Our hormone cycles need more rest. And yet we're afraid to give it to ourselves because we believe it'll make us be greedy, selfish, or even unproductive. What if I told you that your desires, your true heart's desires, was really your own inner compass? What if I told you that when you follow through with your heart's desire, that is the most feminine thing you can do? That's the most fastest, easiest way that you can tap into your feminine energy. We are constantly denying our inner compass to shine, to truly tap into our desires, because we're afraid. What will people say? What will people think if I truly give myself permission to want a bigger life, want a bigger platform, desire more? And last time I checked, you did not take a vow of poverty when you entered this life. And because of that, you are allowed to make a lot of money and spend a lot of money. Because when we think about money, we can think about money like water. So look here, we've got all this beautiful water, and water is meant to be circulated. It's not meant to be stagnant. That's why if you look at rocks on the water will actually mold a new path, because water is meant to constantly flow. So is money. Money is constantly meant to flow. But when we put our limiting beliefs, our fears and uncertainties onto money, it's like putting rocks. It's like, okay, so then the money is like, well, I don't know how to work around this. I got to mold it. Oh, and so the money's like, well, I got to get circulated somehow. She's not going to spend it on herself. Oh, I know what we'll do. Money's like, let's do an unexpected bill. Let's have car troubles. Let's have issues where she has to spend money. And you notice here, you're circulating money, but you're not actually circulating money in the way that you want. You're circulating it in the way that's responsible. You're circulating it in a way that society will say, that's okay, keep going. And the more you adhere to societal norms, the more you're going to feel restricted to what your true heart's desire is. And again, your heart's desire is your own inner compass. A limiting belief that a lot of women have is to have needs is to be a burden. That you believe having needs, having emotional needs, financial needs, luxury needs, rest needs is a burden. And the fear is if I put my burdens onto other people, I will not be accepted. And if I'm not accepted, I'm socially exiled. I might be exiled in my family. So what do? You people please, and you put everybody else's needs before yours. You put everybody else's needs ahead of yours. And then you wonder why you're so burnt out, not enjoying the process. So I want you to ask yourself, where in your life could you start putting yourself first? Where in your life could you stop explaining your heart's desires? Where in your life could you incorporate more rest without explanation? So right now, your nervous system is afraid of luxuries. Your nervous system is afraid of rest because you have been told for so many years it's not safe. So what you get to do, which is so amazing and so magical, is you get to retrain your nervous system. That wanting more, desiring more does not make you greedy, selfish, or a bad person. That desiring more is just you fulfilling your inner compass, true desires. And when we reframe it like that, it's like, wow, I can give myself permission. And then this is the most amazing ripple effect. The more you tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, social media, about the changes you have made with rest, luxury, and people-pleasing and putting your own needs first, you're going to give other women permission to do the same. And then they're going to give other women permission to do the same. And it's going to be an entire movement of women truly taking care of themselves, fulfilling their heart's desires without guilt, without shame, and without feeling like a burden. Essentially, what you're going to be doing is healing the trauma response of being the good girl, being the girl that doesn't have needs, being the girl that's like, I don't want to be a burden to anyone. We're going to heal that. We're going to release that. And a lot of times when we start to do that, we have these beliefs that say like, who am I to want more? I'm going to be all alone. Like, I would rather just stick to the status quo. Like, let's just stick to what works, Alyssa. And I really want you to challenge yourself. So I want you to think about something you've really want, whether it's something you want to purchase, something you want to experience, but something that you have been avoiding, limiting yourself, or not actively pursuing for fear that people will say you're greedy, you're selfish, you name it. And I want you to close your eyes and I want you to allow yourself to step into this image. I want you to visualize 15 minutes after receiving it. And as you're visualizing this, I want you to start focusing on your breath, focusing on every inhale and every exhale, which is really going to allow your nervous system and this visualization to relax, regulate, and feel safe to experience this. And as you are in this image, you are breathing, you are grounding, and you are regulating, I want you to focus on your 5 senses in this reality. What would you be smelling? What would you be tasting? What would you be hearing, feeling, seeing? Really allow your 5 senses to come to the forefront of your mind. What we are doing with this visualization is we are reconditioning your body to the new mind. We are training your body that this is not only safe, that this is your new normal, your new reality. Beautiful, come back. How are you feeling? The more you do this visualization, the more you are training your reticular activating system to pursue, find opportunities, and create safety around your heart's desires. Because your heart's desires, again, I cannot make this any more clear, your heart's desires are your inner compass telling you what your soul wants. Every time we suppress it, every time we push it down, we ignore it, we're essentially telling our heart, why bother? We don't have to follow it. Follow your heart. Follow what your heart's desire wants. Because when you follow that, you are going to be amazed on how amazing everything comes together and how magical it feels for you. So as we are doing this, think about a list. What is a list of things that you want that you have been afraid to buy, afraid to pursue for fear of being viewed as greedy, selfish, self-absorbed, ungrateful? And I want you to make a list, and then every day pick from that list, visualizing you stepping into it. And I really want you to visualize 15 minutes after, let's say after you achieved it, because that really gives you confirmation that it's done, it's yours, it's finished. And when you visualize 15 minutes after with your 5 senses, you are training again your body for this new identity. And you're training your mind what to look out for. It's going to start scanning for more opportunities through our reticular activating system, our RAS. And it becomes really powerful. We can create the blueprint from our heart to our mind and then our reality. Visualizing is going to be your success for breaking this, because again, we're going to train the body so you no longer have those limiting beliefs come forward, you no longer have fear come forward, and then it will feel safe to pursue it, to go after it, and achieve even more than you ever realized was possible. Inside of my EFT tapping library, we do visualization along with breathwork and EFT tapping, a combination of breathing, breathwork, tapping, and EMDR is the perfect combination to prepare your nervous system for your heart's desires. And I have a custom EFT tapping library that's filled with over 150 tapping videos. All of them are under 10 minutes, the perfect boost to regulate your nervous system as you're fulfilling your heart's desire. It's just $22 a month, and the link is down below to join. I'll never forget when I was in college and I was sharing it with a group of women, my big goals and my big dreams. And they all kind of looked at me and they were like, whoa, that's too much. Like, nobody needs a life like that. And I remember thinking, like, what does that mean? That's too much. Nobody needs a life like that. And I'm like, well, there are people out there who are living that life. Why can't I live it? And I remember them saying, oh, that works for them, but that doesn't work for you. And they didn't say it as easy as that, but that's basically what they were saying. They were trying to tell me, like, stick to what you know, which is working really hard, hustling, grinding, and then one time, maybe twice a year, you can take a vacation. You're going to do that for 45, 50 years, and then you're going to retire, and then game over. I remember thinking, I don't think I want that. So then fast forward, I went to grad school, and we're all sharing what we want to do with our counseling degrees. And I bold-faced said to everyone, I want to work with celebrities. And they all looked at me and they're like, oh, well, our program, we don't really prepare you for that. And I was like, what do you mean? Aren't they just people who need therapy? Aren't they just people who need support. And they looked at me like, who is this girl? Like, I don't understand. And it's so fun and so exciting to say that I have worked with celebrities. I've worked with women who have been on Netflix. I've worked with published authors. I've worked with 8-figure entrepreneurs. I've worked with women who have gotten people Grammys. And all of these people's limiting beliefs kept trying to tell me what I could and what I couldn't do. Don't be too much, Alyssa. Don't aim too big. Don't reach for the stars. So I'm here living proof telling you that when you release everyone else's limiting beliefs and you truly follow your heart's desire, your inner compass, nothing can stop you and no one can tell you you can't have it. And here's a little moment for inner child healing. I want you to think about you as a little girl, and I want you to think about her desires, her true heart's desires. How amazing if you could show her that she wasn't too much, she wasn't asking for too much, she wasn't being too much, that she knew exactly what she wanted. And unfortunately, the world did not know how to support that. But you can give her that gift of support by truly following her heart's desires. Maybe she wanted to be a YouTube star. Maybe she wanted a big, beautiful house. Maybe she wanted to design fashion. Maybe she wanted to be a singer. Whatever her heart's desire it is, it's your job to fulfill it and to nurture it. And it doesn't have to be coming all the way true, but we can find moments of that. Maybe you don't want to be a singer, but maybe you go to karaoke and you sing. Maybe you don't become a fashion designer, but maybe you design a whole wardrobe just for you. And maybe you're not ready to be a YouTube star, but maybe you're ready to start creating content. And we can inch our way to bridge that gap from where we were to where we're at today without shame, without fear, without any limiting beliefs telling us it's not possible. Because whether we think we can or we think we can't, we're right. So let's recap today's video. Your dreams have never been too much. You have never been too much. You've been surrounded by people that did not support your ambitious, high-achieving inner compass. And you are here to break that pattern, release those limiting beliefs, so it feels safe to have it all without guilt and fear. So you can enjoy rest and luxury without making it mean anything, without making it mean you have to earn it. So we're going to start including more rest. And as soon as we feel guilt, we're going to breathe or we're going to tap it out. We're going to release it. We're also no longer going to explain our luxury desires. If you want the bag, get the bag. You don't need to put, oh, I got a milestone, or I hit this in my business, I hit this in my corporation. Buy it because you want it. We're no longer going to associate guilt with luxury. We're no longer going to associate your desires with being a burden. So let me know your thoughts on today's video. I'm really excited for you to just break this cycle of not truly being in your feminine because of what society means to be in your feminine. To be in your true feminine energy is to receive luxury, receive abundance without any of these expectations, these beliefs, or stories that we've been told. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in next week's video.